Anglers Bill scored a Florida Bass Paddler, and today we're doing another paddle review, this time on the Bending Branches Angler Scout. What makes this paddle unique? Stay tuned. That always spend as much as possible on your paddle. This would help make your trip more enjoyable. And for the most part, that's true. But let's face it, times are tough. We're in the tail end, hopefully a tail end of a pandemic. Money's tight for everyone. Yes, there's stimulus checks coming through, but we have bills to pay, rent, put food on the table, and really not everyone has $200, $300, $400 for a paddle. And I understand that. In fact, when I first started out, my first paddle was about $30. Obviously, I've learned a lot since then. And while I'm sure you've seen my video, or if you haven't, the Angler Pro paddle, I also own an Angler Scout. But I want to assure you, at a price point of $99.99, this paddle is inexpensive, but it's not cheap. And what I mean by that is quality that went into it. Now, I use this paddle for a variety of reasons. It's not just a backup paddle to my Angler Pro. This paddle, because of the way it's made, its durability, and its strength, gives it a whole new meaning to having a separate paddle for different conditions. And I'm going to explain. So we're off the water, and I want to go over some of the key features of this paddle. Again, at $99.95, I said it's inexpensive, but it's definitely not cheap, especially the way it's made. First and foremost, the blades. EPX engineered polymer blades that are fiberglass reinforced. Nice, big, wide blades, not a lot of flex to them. And that's important for me, and I'm going to go over why in a minute. The one blade on this side actually has a lure retriever hook built into the blade. That's actually come in handy for me a couple times as far as getting lures out of trees more than it has getting lures out of the bottom. You're able to grab the lure, you're able to grab the twig, but it has come in handy, so it does have its place. The shaft is ovalized, so it's easy to grip when you're out there paddling. It has a built-in 36-inch tape measure. Now, granted, this is not made for measuring fish in online tournaments, but if you're fishing an online tournament that has a minimum requirement and you catch a fish that may or may not make it, you can simply hold it up to your shaft here to get a better idea whether you have to get out that measuring board or get the fish back in the water and start fishing for something bigger. So that does come in handy. The ferrule is a push button ferrule. You can feather it 60 degrees to the left or right. Again, anyone that's watched my previous video knows I don't like a feather in my paddle, but as you can see here, it's feathered 60 degrees, but it's nice and tight. I've had less expensive paddles in the past with a push button ferrule. Sometimes the holes are slightly bigger than the push button, or it doesn't fit properly and you'll get a little bit of play here, or you'll get a little bit of wiggle because the push button is not secure. There's none of that with this paddle. This is a nice, tight fit push button ferrule. Very important. I will, however, mention that if you take this out in brackish or salt water, make sure you rinse it out pretty good so you don't get any salt corrosion on that ferrule in there. The paddle weighs 36 ounces compared to my Angler Pro that's 29. But here's the real reason I bought this paddle. I now own a hybrid. Weighs 56 pounds compared to my Predator, which is pushing 90 pounds, well over 100 fully equipped. On a windy day, that hybrid is going to get blown around rather easily compared to my Predator. I want a paddle that's going to be able to push off of seawalls, oyster beds, rocky bottoms, and I don't want to worry about damaging it. This paddle, being heavier shaft, stronger blades is really going to give me the comfort level knowing that I can push off if I have to on a windy day and I'm not going to damage the paddle. These paddles are made to take a beating. They're well made. As you saw in the beginning of the video, I was paddling my Predator with it, no problem at all. They're comfortable to use and they'll last a very long time. 2 standard drip rings, 1 on each side like any other paddle. But this is a paddle for under $100 that you can use for years to come without worrying about it breaking on you, not taking a beating. Throw it in the back of your truck and go. It's an exceptional paddle. So I hope you found this quick video informative. If you like what you've seen, I ask you to please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications when I put other videos up. If you want more information on the Bending Branches Angler Scout, I ask you to visit your local Bending Branches dealer or check out Bending Branches here at their website, where I'll put the link below. Any question, please put them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them as quickly as possible. I thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Have a great day, guys. Tight lines, and I'll see you on the water.